Okay. Good.
Yes, we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Hi, guys. Officially happy New Year. Yeah. Welcome to Gist with Esse. I'm gonna look for. Okay, yeah, ma'am. If you can see me on Instagram, if you could add me. I don't know where to. I
You have
can't see. Okay,
request,
I know what to do.
then I can.
Yeah.
But I bet you can be live on your own broadcast and still join me. I don't know how
Yeah.
that would.
I've sent you a request, so that's fine.
Right. Okay. So if you're calling me to your live video, then I have to shut down mine.
No. I've requested your to join your live video.
So why am I not seeing it?
Waiting. It says waiting for Christie Bature.
I don't see. Let me send you an invite.
Okay. Okay, guys, we're just gonna be a minute, but our guest today on Gist with Esse needs no introduction. So if you're joining us on Facebook, please create a watch party, share so your friends can join. Hi, Jermaine.
Yeah, did you see that? Okay, I'm waiting for you now.
On Instagram or where?
Instagram, I sent you an invite.
Okay, I haven't seen it though.
Maybe because are you live on your own page?
Yeah, I am.
Then
Okay, so I think maybe one of us needs to go out first, and then I think so. Okay. So I'm going to go out and then join you.
Right. Okay, no problem. Hi everyone, Dabali, Miss K, Gorgeous Cakes, Ifedayo. These are Chi Designs, UC, Stephanie. Thickness, Patience, Yetunde Eni, Malomo, Folushade, Poziola, Folu PL. God bless you. Thank you for being here. All right. I see you.
Okay, so.
Okay. Have I answered you? Because I did.
Okay, so let me see. There goes the echo I'm talking about.
I do.
Hello,
Right,
can you still hear me?
I can hear you clearly.
I'm getting a bit of a feedback. Okay, so can you hear a feedback?
Yes, I can. I hear a feedback.
Okay, so if you can, is it possible to turn down the volume of one of your devices, please?
I've done that.
Okay,
And
fine. The
now
feedback is gone.
Feedback.
Yay! I just saw Pastor Mildred. Thank you, Pastor Mildred, for joining. Oh, wow.
Okay, now I'm on the spot, you know.
Okay, so once again, Happy New Year, Reverend Christie, and thank you for joining us on Gist with Esse yet again. Let me tell you what I love about you and why I had to ask you, bring you back in, is I love that you're fierce and you're fearless. When you're talking, yeah, when you're doing your videos, your live shows and all of that, there's just something about you that I look up to, like I'm like, that's the spirit. That's how I want to be. Yeah, so much love, so much love. I'm so grateful. Thank you for joining us again on Gist with Esse. Now it's a new year, 2021. How are you feeling about the year, man?
How am I feeling? I always feel.
Okay, but there's this adrenaline rush, like it kind of grounds me. Okay, everybody's shouting another year. You have a few more gray hairs. What's going to be different? With God, it's not broken into years. It's just a long stretch of seasons and assignments. So I don't come into the new year with like, ooh, no, I come into the new year with, where was I before the year rounded up? Okay. Where am I headed? Did I do as much as I wanted in the last year? Have I positioned myself in the place where this year I can look back and say, okay, heaven is smiling down at me. So I don't come with New Year's. I don't have resolutions. I don't all that time. You get as if you come weak yourself. You don't put resolution, then you come under pressure. I don't like to operate under pressure. Yeah, I know. I like my ease. I don't like this ease. I was saying that in my last session, my one-on-one session with on Instagram, and I was saying to people, don't let all these New Year's resolutions, overwhelm you, because it's the same goals, isn't it? It's the same goals that you haven't achieved over the years that you're, keeping at. It's not like it's a new set of goals. Even if you have something new, maybe it's just one item you're adding to the list. Anyway, but the thing is, 2021 is kind of different because of the kind of year we have had in 2020. It's, all over the world, globally, we have never experienced something like what we experienced in 2020 that affected the whole universe. So, mental health issues are at the highest, and then you also saw things like domestic violence and all those sort of things, getting to the peak because people were locked in and there was no way to manage, situations that ordinarily work was helping them to manage, or being able to go out and be with other people, was helping them to manage. So a lot of people, including me, came into 2020 like, oh, wow, okay, this is a chance at starting things all over again, because last year a lot of us were grounded. That's the truth. Okay, I can say boldly that last year was wonderful for me because it challenged me and it pushed me to do better in areas where I've been drawing back. So when I was at home, nothing to do, I had to just go to my drawing board and say, okay, you can't just sit at home and be watching TV throughout this lockdown, throughout this period. You need to do something. So 2020 was good for me. But for people who came into 2021 with baggage from last year, like I referred to people who had issues with domestic issues and all that, a lot of people lost people through COVID, and other means. You get, so people entered the year grieving. Some people entered the year grieving, in pain, and all sorts of negative situations. So how, would you advise people like that to look at 2021? How would you charge them, as if at least they are alive to see the year? So what attitude? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Approach to life is this. I don't have the capacity to see the future.
Life is this. Number one.
Every human being get plenty.
Number two, every be home. Because it was the Bible that said, man that is born is a few days, but full of trouble.
So for me, I
So for me, I approach life with this attitude. It's a given that trouble will come.
It is fixed. In fact, the match is fixed.
In fact, it's
That I
fixed.
will have trouble.
Okay.
That I will have.
So if
So
that's the
if that's the
case,
case, I will come into the year with the thought
I will see trouble
that
this year.
I will see trouble this year.
But
above that
is also
is
at
also at the back of my mind playing the word of
Yeah.
Jesus. In this life you will have many tribulations. But be of good cheer. I have overcome. And he that is born of God overcome.
So
I take the truth of trouble will come, but I also take the truth of
Okay.
you are an overcomer.
So sometimes
when I think of the trouble, I know that I get a bit anxious, I get a bit worried, and then I remember, which of you by being answer, then add one to the span and of life. Therefore,
Do not be
anxious about your life.
I
So
allow
what
the
I do
scriptures
is
to
that
come
I allow
alive.
the scriptures
I allow the life
I
in
allow
the
the life in the scripture
to begin to unfurl, to bloom, to blossom.
fold,
Then
unfurl,
I choose
to bloom, to blossom. Then I choose
the
to
rule
give those
over
words
my mind,
the
over my
rule
thoughts.
over my mind,
Then I say
over
to
my
the devil,
thoughts. Then I say
bring
to
it
the
on.
devil,
It's my favorite phrase. Bring
it's
it
my
on.
favorite. Bring it on.
So if you ask me how
So
to come
if you ask me
into
how
the
to
year,
come into
if you are a Christian,
here, if you are
come knowing that there will
come
be
knowing
trouble,
that there will be
or
trouble,
come knowing that there's no trouble that is bigger than you,
come
because
knowing
the
that
bigger
there's
one,
no trouble that is bigger
greater
than you
one
because the
lives
bigger one, greater
inside
one
of
lives
me.
inside of me.
His name is Jesus.
Jesus,
I'm born a winner.
I'm born a
More than
winner,
victorious.
more than victorious.
I'm an heir
I'm
of
an
his
heir of his
kingdom,
kingdom,
filled with the Holy Ghost. This is how I
the
live.
Holy Ghost.
Yeah.
This is how
What
when
trouble
you
does
want
I
to
will
trouble,
think one
just I
song.
will think one song.
The song will just
The
enter,
song will
boom,
just enter,
slap
boom, slap the devil down,
and I'm good.
and I'm good.
And I really
And
like
I
the
really like
Rastafarians
the
who say,
Rastafarians will say, always good in the world.
that's how I live, my dear.
Okay, so if you're watching us on whatever channel you're watching us from and you would like to call in to speak to Reverend Christie, the number to call is plus on WhatsApp to call is +447466951641. Before I ask my next question, please, I'd like to give a shout out to Mr. Abiodun Murphy Adebanjo. He just, dropped me a message. That's my teacher from secondary school. Yeah, so thank you, Mr. Abiodun, for joining. Wow, it's so good to have you here. Nice one, been following you all this while. Just have to drop a line. You are doing too good. Great, never surprised, Madam. Keep it up. Okay, fine. So thank you so much, Mr. Abiodun. He was my PE teacher. Yeah. Okay, so this your fierce, feisty, positive vibe is very infectious. Infectious, that's the word, yeah. So when I listen to you, I can just even there are times when I wake up and I'm feeling low and I'm like, okay, let me just go to Reverend Christie's speech. She would have said something. And I'm charged for the day. But there are so many people going so many situations. We're listening to the news or watching the news, we're seeing different things every day going up. The latest on my mind right now is this paternity issue, Yes, I would like your view on that because you see, I've weighed it. There are so many angles to it. Okay, a woman who has kids for a man that isn't her husband, and she's been living with him all these years, giving him the impression that the kids are his. I'm thinking, what's in her mind? What's she thinking? What's leading up to this? I can't keep secrets. I don't know how to do it. So, and as a life coach, you want to try not to judge people. Yeah, you want to try and understand where they're coming from. And surprisingly, a lot of women are doing it. And like I said to my friend, if the husband was not in the know. It was not an arranged situation like, okay, I can't have kids, you go have some other man father the kids and we can just keep our marriage together. That's an agreement between husband and wife. That at that point it concerns nobody. Okay. But the husband doesn't know. How do you keep such a secret for so many years? There are so many instances that have come up. And as a man, how can you deal with it? Because I'm imagining my brother waking up and telling me, oh, this woman says the kids are not mine. These are people I have known as nieces and nephews. How do we begin to deal with that?
Okay, this is a very complicated,
painful issue.
Yeah.
You say, how can
you
people
see how can
keep
people keep
secret
secrets?
without telling some of their
I'll
mind?
tell
Ah,
you some people get
Like
married.
Pastor Mildred
They
says,
get
get
married.
mind,
Like a
they
friend
get
of says,
mind
get
sharp.
married.
I know.
Because
Because
when I look at myself and
when I
imagine
look at
myself
myself,
just
imagine
even
myself
kissing another man,
just even
yes,
kissing
as
another
pretty
man.
water will pour me for body without
Let
any
us
physical
the water
water.
will pour me
I'll
for
be
body
like,
without any physical water. I'll
in
be like,
which lifetime, you know?
in which lifetime,
But like you said,
you know?
there are so many
But
ramified
like you said,
issues here.
there are so
For
many
example,
ramified
let me give
issues
you a
here.
true life story. A
For
woman
example, let
calls
me give you a
Okay.
true life story. A woman calls. I have known
for years.
her
She
for
has
years.
three
She
daughters.
has
The
3 daughters.
husband is
The
a
husband
highly
is a
placed man
highly
in this
placed
country.
man in this country. Highly placed.
So she has had the
So she
three
has had the
children
3 children
before the Lord, she
she
meets
meets
the
the
Lord
Lord
and
and
gives
gives
her
her
life
life to the Lord.
Okay.
And now she
And now
calls
she
from
calls
the
me
city
from the city where she lives.
and she says to
And
me,
she
Reverend
says to
Christie,
me,
I
Reverend
have a
Christie, I
problem.
have a problem.
I said, what is
I
it?
said, what is it?
So recently,
So recently
I've
I've not had peace.
my
My
husband
husband is
is
ill,
dying.
he's dying.
She said, but
She
the
said, but
three
the 3 children I
have
have for
are
him,
not
and
his children.
Wow.
This is about 7
years ago.
I
I felt
because we were not together, I could fall. She
She
couldn't
couldn't
see
see
me.
me.
I
I
fell back on the chair
fell
that I
back
was
on
sitting
the
on.
chair that I was sitting on.
Oh
Oh
my
my God.
So I asked her,
So
are
I
the
asked her,
three
are the
girls
3
for the
girls for
same
the same
father?
father?
She said
She
the
said the
first
first
two
2
are
are
for
for
the
the same
same
father,
father. The last one is for a different father.
Wow.
Now, why she is agitating now is that the father of the first girl suddenly
Now,
started
what's agitating now is
Oh.
that the father's 2 girls suddenly started
he's
threatening.
tired of his children
Conflict.
bearing another man's.
He's tired
Wow.
of
Wants
his
his children. So she calls.
He wants his children.
She said, "Ma, I can deal
So
with
she
him."
calls me.
She
She
said,
said,
"But what
Ma, I
about
can
husband?
deal.
Should I tell you?"
She said, but
my
what
mind, I
about
said,
should I put my mind? I said,
"Now me walk out."
I mean,
How will I
if you ask
put
me
myself
what
inside
hey,
the hey, I'm a
I'm like,
pastor.
I'm
Mhm.
And this is somebody
and
calling
this is
me from
somebody calling
outside.
me.
This is the
This is the
difficult
difficult
place
place
that
that
pastors are placed.
people are placed in.
Now, ma, the truth is,
Now, ma,
I
the
am,
truth is,
I am a,
I am
what's the
a
word?
what's
I'm a
I'm a
straight jacket
I'm a
kind of
straight
person.
jacket kind
Yeah,
of person.
true.
And a lot of
And a lot of people do not like
because they believe, oh, you are too rigid.
me because
But
they
I
believe
don't see it as
oh, you are too
rigidity. I
rigid.
see it as
But I
living
don't
by
see it
the
as rigidity.
standard
I
of
see it
God's
as
word.
living by the standard of God's word.
There is no condition or situation that is strong enough
that's strong enough
to warrant you putting
to
the word of
warrant
God
you putting the
below
word
that
of God
situation.
below
Okay.
that
The
situation.
word of God is supposed to
The
be
word of God is supposed
above
to be above
every
every
and
and
any
any
circumstance or situation.
circumstance.
True.
So
some of the excuses I hear is, oh, my husband is impotent. I wanted to cover his shame. You wanted to cover his shame. How come he's not aware?
Exactly.
Why doesn't he know that you are covering his shame by going to sleep with another man,
or
falling into the arms of another,
or falling into the arms of
and
another?
not one child, two children, three
And not
children.
one child, 2 children, 3 children.
Now, is
childlessness
the reason for dishonoring God?
reason
I don't mean to sound
for dishonor?
harsh
I don't mean to
unkind,
sound
or
harsh
without
kind,
understanding
or
or human feelings for
without
those
understanding or human feelings for
who
those
don't have children, because they can look at me and know
who
because you don't born.
don't have
Yeah.
children.
I tell you
Sure.
something, as a single
Because you
girl,
don't born.
I
As
saw
a
too
single
many
girl,
young girls whom we started
I saw
ministry
too many
with,
young girls who we started
who
ministry with,
dropped out of ministry
who
the
dropped out
moment
of
they got
ministry
married.
the moment they got
Okay.
married.
The ministry died with marriage.
He died with
So I
marriage.
stood before
So I
the Lord
stood before
and
the
made
Lord
a
and made a
vow
vow
in my
in my
little
little
house
house
I said, Lord,
I said,
I
Lord,
recognize what you have placed
I
in me,
recognize what
and
you
that your
have
hand is
placed
on.
in me, and that your
Instead
hand
of me to marry,
instead of me to
and
marry,
this thing will
and
die,
this
Yeah.
thing
I
will
will
die.
marry.
And
I
I
told God, I
I
will
told
not
God,
marry. I will stay single.
I will stay.
I said, but Lord, you know I love
I said,
children
but
a
Lord,
lot.
you know
Yeah.
It go
I
hard
have children a lot. So
to
hard
just not marry
to
and not
just
have
not
children. I
marry
said,
and
Lord,
not
then
have children. I
full
said, Lord, then full
orphanage.
orphanage.
Lord, I will just go to the orphanage because I cannot have
Lord, I
biological
will just go
children.
to the orphanage because I cannot have biological
All right?
children.
Yeah.
So I will go and pack them
All right?
from the
So
motherless
I will
baby
go and pick them from the
and build
motherless
my
baby
house with them and
and bring
raise
my
children.
husband and his children.
Now, that
Now,
was
that
my understanding at that
was
time.
my understanding.
I felt I have so much love to give babies, and there's so
I
many
shall
babies
have
in the
so much love
orphanage
to give
needing
babies,
love.
and babies in the orphanage needing love. Will be feeling
Satisfying
will
each
be
other's
satisfying
needs,
each other's needs,
serving one another.
Yeah.
serving
So it
one
means
another.
that at the back of my
So
mind, I had decided to that
it
if I
means that
don't
at the
marry,
back of
it
my
means that
mind,
I
I
don't
have
fulfill.
decided to that if I don't marry,
True.
it means that I
These
don't
days,
fulfill.
I am finding
These days,
single
I am
women
finding
who
single
are
women
walking up to me
who
to
are
say, Reverend Christie, I
walking up
want
to
to
me
go and do artificial insemination
and say,
because I need
Reverend
to have
Christie,
a
I want
child.
to go and do
I'm not married,
artificial
and my
insemination
biological clock is
because
ticking
I
and
need to have a
this,
child.
that.
I'm not married, and my
And I
biological
said
clock is
to
ticking
them,
and
really?
Reverend
And I
Christie,
said, really?
sorry, before you continue, yeah.
You go and collect sperm from
Let
the
me
sperm
just
bank.
add. I was in that position before I got married. I'd gotten to the point where I was tired of waiting for whether not Mr. Right or Mr. Wrong. There's a saying that says that if you cannot find Mr. Right, find Mr. Wrong and drag him to the right hand side. So yeah, so I just got tired and I told myself, look, Lord, you know my heart. I want to get married. I want to have my own home. I want to have my own children. But I'm tired of waiting because I can't see right now if in your plans for me, there is no marriage. So I just thought, I was just confused at that time. I sent a message to my pastor in London, my pastor in Nigeria, and I told all of them, please, I have decided, I've thought this thing through and I've made up my mind. I'm going to have children and be a single mother. I love children. And since the man is not coming, I have been praying for him for years. It doesn't seem to be close to me at all. And my biological clock is ticking. So let me just have kids. And then the only issue that I had was I didn't want to have kids for different men. I didn't want history in my family to repeat itself. Okay, because we had that. So I was looking for a man who was ready to have 2 or 3 children by me. Honest to God, I got to that point. But I was still praying to God that, Lord, you know my heart and my desire is to be married. I quoted all the scriptures. I read the scriptures every day. But right now, if I just jam man that says, okay, let's just have kids, let's just start a family. And guess what? I met him. When I met my husband, he too was tired. They don't play him left, right, center. So he was like, make I just get, have children and start a family. So when we met, we're both Christians, but somehow we had gotten to that point where we're like, okay. So I told him, this is my mind. You don't have to marry me. And he's like, okay, fine, let's start a family. But God, the God that I said that has a sense of humor, was probably looking at us and laughing and saying, look at these 2 silly children of mine. Because, I started that relationship thinking, let's just try and have kids. But at the end of the day, we fell in love with each other and we got married. And the rest is history. So when people tell me that, I feel, and I did go to a lot of people, Christians, who told me, who counseled me to go ahead to have kids, if that's what my mind was telling me, because, it wasn't a no-no. They were not really against it and all of that, except my pastor. My pastor called me, he was even driving when he saw the message. And he said, you know what, whatever you do, you decide to do, just wait for me. I'm traveling next week to Nigeria. When I get back, we will sit down and have a one-on-one. As at this time, I had not even met my husband, though. When I made this decision, I had not even met him. He wasn't even in the picture. So sometimes I understand when people say that, but now I tell people, no, hold on a little while longer. If it could happen for me.
Now, you know what? I'm saying hold on a little while longer.
Ended, yes.
Ended.
Yeah.
God showed up. My point is, this is where the rubber hits the road.
And what I mean by
that is
the Bible
the
says
Bible says
something
something
about
about
the
the
apostles.
apostles. The
The
Bible
Bible
says
says they wondered about in Hebrew. They wondered about in sheep
about in
clothing,
Hebrews,
of whom the world was
wondered
not
about
worthy.
in suit
He
clothing,
said,
not
they
body.
died,
He said,
not
died,
seeing what
not
they
seeing
believed
what they
for,
believed
and
for,
they
and
died
they died
believing.
believing.
Wow.
They died believing.
Yeah.
This is where our Christianity is
They
challenged.
died believing.
If we
This
don't
is
get
where our
what we
Christianity
want,
is challenged.
if
If we don't get what
the
we want,
trajectory of our
if
lives
the
does not
trajectory of our
follow the points and the pointers and
lives
the
does not
milestones
follow the
that we
points and the
think
pointers
it
and
should
the
follow,
milestones that we think
what
it
are
should
we going
follow,
to do? Are we going to find
what are we
our
going to do?
own
Are we going to
solution?
find
Mhm.
our own
Are we going to make our own way? Are we going
Are
to
we going to
choose?
make our
Now,
own way?
let me
Are we
jump
going
ahead
to
and
choose?
answer this. You
Now,
said, what
let
does
me
a
jump
man
ahead
do
and answer this. You said,
if he
what does a
finds out
man
that
do
the babies
if he
are
finds
not
out that
his? I'm going to
the
say
babies
one
are
thing.
not his?
Okay,
I'm
I
going to
know
say,
that some
okay,
people may
I know
not
that some people may not
take it nicely,
take it
but
nicely,
listen to
but listen to this.
I
I have
this
said
to
this to
women.
women.
I will
I
say
will
it
say
now
it
to
now
men. A
to them.
mother, a
A
father
mother,
is not only
a
one
father
who births
is
a
not only
baby
one
from
who
their
births a
birth
baby
canal
canal
or provides
or
the sperm
provides the
for
sperm
the child
for
to
the
be
child to be
fertilized.
fertilized.
A parent is the one who stays until the
A
child becomes.
True.
parent is the one who
A parent is the one who stays
until
until the child
and
becomes.
who says
And who says
that
that the child has to come from your
your
body.
body.
Wow.
One of the
One of the
pastors
pastors
that
really
me.
blesses
I
me.
mean, he has told
I mean,
the
he has
story
told the
everywhere,
story
so I'll be
everywhere,
free
so
to
I'll be
call
free
his
to
name.
call his
His
name.
name is
His
Pastor
name is Pastor
Edwin Biaibo. He's the
Okay.
pastor of House of the
Is
Rock in
the
Nubu.
pastor of House of the
Pastor
Rock
Edwin is
in
such
Nubu.
an erudite
Pastor
teacher of
Edwin
the
is
word.
such an erudite teacher of the
But
word.
the
But the
day
day he
he
shared his story, the story of his
it
origin,
was heartbreaking.
it was
He's a
heartbreaking.
product of a rape.
He's a product of a rape.
But today is a firebrand.
But today is a
His
firebrand.
mother kept
His
him
mother
in her
kept
womb
him
even
in
though
her
she was
womb, even though she was
gave
raped.
birth to him,
Gave
raised him, and
birth
there he is, pulling people out of
to
darkness
him,
into light.
raised him, and
So
there
if
he
light
is,
doesn't go the
pulling
way we
people out
want,
of darkness into
do
light.
we create
So
our
if life
own
doesn't go the
pathway,
way we
or
want,
do we
do
stick
we
with
create
God
our own
because
pathway,
His
or do
honor
we
is
stick
above
with
our convenience,
God?
is above
Honor
our
is above
liking,
our
is
convenience,
above
is
our
above our
preference?
liking, is above our preferences.
That's on one hand.
That's on one hand.
On the other hand, I run a rehab center.
On the other
90%
I run a
of
rehab
the
center.
children, the young people that bring to my
90%
rehab,
of the
have
children, the
issues
young
with
people that bring
daddy.
to my rehab, have issues with daddy.
And now listen to the issues
And
with
now
daddy.
listen to
It's
the
not just daddy
issues with daddy.
who
It's not
beats them, that's the
daddy
abuser.
Yeah.
Not
that's
only
the
daddy
abuser. It's not only daddy who
psychologically abuses them.
psychologically
It's not
abuses
only
them.
daddy
It's not
who
only
is
daddy who
critical.
is
It's
critical.
not only daddy
It's not
who is physically present
only
and
daddy
not
who is
essentially
physically
available.
present and
It
not
is also
essentially
daddy
available.
who
It
is
is
not
also
there.
daddy who is not there at all.
We call those type of
We call
daddies
those type of
missing
daddy
in action.
missing in
Listening.
action.
Okay.
These are fathers who interrupt or
These are
completely
fathers who
deny the
interrupt
emotional connections
or
with their children,
completely
either
deny
long
the emotional
periods of
connections with the children
absences
with
or
either long
complete
periods of
absence.
absence or
Now the
complete
child is
absence.
egocentric by
Now the
nature.
child is
Children believe that everything is about them.
children be
So when a
everything.
child grows up
So when
and
a
notices
child
that
grows up
that
and
person
notices
has
that
a daddy and I don't have a
and I
daddy,
don't have
Yeah.
something is wrong with me.
I must be
I must be messed up.
I
I can't be normal.
My daddy
My
is
daddy
not, I don't have a
is not, I
daddy.
don't have a daddy.
So now I ask my
So
friends
now
who
I
come to me
ask
and
my
say,
friends who
I
come
want
to
to
me
go and have
and have
artificial
artificial
insemination.
insemination.
I said, when that child asks, I'm not saying if that child asks you, when the questions begin to come, what are the answers you have planned to tell the child? I
Okay.
went to a sperm bank and bought a
sperm bank and
sperm
get
to
a
have you.
have
Do
you?
you know what
Do
it
you know
does
what
to
it
the sense
does
of
to the sense
personhood
of personhood
of the child?
of the child?
Do you know what it does to their psyche?
To their
Do you
psyche?
know the hamster? Have you seen a hamster in a what they call
No,
that thing that
the
you put a
hamster. Have
hamster
you seen a hamster in a
in
what they call that thing that you put?
not a treadmill.
No, it's not.
But the hamster is
But the hamster is
usually
usually
trellis wheel or terrace wheel. I don't know what they call it. And you see the hamster
trellis wheel or terrace
furiously running,
wheel.
but the wheel is just turning and it's not going anywhere.
But we just turning.
It's not going anywhere. It's like the treadmill when we
It's not
climb on
going.
the
It's like the
exercise.
treadmill when we climb on
Walking
it.
on that
We're
treadmill,
walking
but we're not
on
going
that
anywhere.
treadmill, but we're not going anywhere.
That's what begins to happen.
That's what begins to happen in the mind of that
Who am
child.
I?
Who am
What's
I?
my identity?
What's my
Yeah.
Where do I come from?
Where do I come from?
Who is my dad? What are my roots?
Who is my
Why
dad?
do you think people
What are
in
my roots?
America are
Why do
coming
you
back
think people in
10
America
generations
are
later,
coming back
trying to
10
trace where
generations
they
later?
come from?
Trying
So
to
now you
trace
go
where
to a
they
sperm bank and
So
get
now
a
you
sperm
go to the
donated.
sperm bank and
And the
get
child wakes
sperm
up and says,
donated.
where do I
And
come
the
from?
child
Say, I don't
wakes
know,
up
you
and
are
says,
black,
where do I
child. I
come
don't know
from?
if your
So
father
I
is
don't know.
Jamaican. I don't know if your father is
I don't know if
African.
you're
I don't know if your
African.
mother is don't know if your father is a black of Australia. What are you doing to that child? So I asked,
Australia. What are you doing to that child? So I asked, you're thinking of yourself alone from where you are now. You're looking at only today, only
There is
now.
not only
There's
a
a
physical
future.
future, there's
There
an eternity.
is
If
not
you
only a
treat that
physical
child
future, there's
up
an
for
eternity.
eternity,
If you treat that
what
child
will the
up for
child, what
eternity,
will your answer
what
be
will the
before the
child,
Lord?
what will your
That
answer be
because
to
I
the Lord?
wanted to
That
have a
because I
child,
wanted to have a child,
I took my own
I
path.
took my own path.
That's what it is, my people. I'm sorry
That's
if I
what
sound
it is,
too
my people. I'm sorry if I
dogmatic,
sound too
but
dogmatic,
there's nothing on earth
but
that will
there's
make
nothing
me
on earth that will make me
justify
justify
going to a sperm
going
bank
to
as a Christian to get a
sperm bank
sperm
as
donated to you
a Christian
so you
to
can
get
birth a
a
child.
sperm
For
donated to
goodness
me
sake,
so
go
we
and
can
pack
birth
them
a child.
from the
For
orphanage.
goodness sake, go and pack them from the
Who says
orphanage.
you must birth them from
Who
your
says
body?
you must birth them from your body?
I agree. It's
I
such a
agree.
special
It's
feeling to be pregnant.
such a
In fact, now I
special
don't
feeling
want
to be
to
pregnant.
get
If I don't want
grandchildren.
to finish,
But
get
sometimes
grandchildren. But sometimes
my body gonna do me to
my
get
body
belly.
gonna do me
That
to get
feeling
belly.
is special.
That
It's part
feeling
of
is
what
special.
God
It's part
puts
of
in
what
the
God
woman.
put in the
Yeah.
woman.
But where it
But
is
where
not
it is
happening,
not happening,
who am I?
who am I?
What is
What
at the
is at the
base of
base
my
of my
character
character
and
and
my
my
profession?
profession? When I say profession, I'm talking about faith.
Mm.
If
If
God
God
doesn't
do
do
what I want,
what I
will I serve him? It
Mhm.
was Job that
will
said,
I
was it
serve
Job
him?
or David?
It
I'm
was
not
Job
sure.
that said,
Though
was it
he
Job or
slay
David? I'm
me,
not sure. Though he slay
yet
me,
will I
yet
praise him.
will I praise him.
Though he slay me,
Though he
yet
slay me,
will I praise
yet
him.
will I praise
Even
him.
if I am
Even
dying, make it no go.
if I
The
am
Hebrew
dying,
boy
make it
said,
no go. The
we are
Hebrew
not
boy
careful
said,
to answer you
we
in
are
this
not
matter.
careful to answer you in this matter.
We will not bow to
We
your
will not
God
bow to your God
or to your image,
or to
whatever.
your image, whatever.
Our God will
Our
deliver
God will
us. That
deliver
is the
us.
first place of faith.
That is the
Then
first
there is the
place of
place
faith.
of
Then there's
blind
the place
and
of
brutal faith,
and brutal
aggressive
faith,
faith.
aggressive faith.
Whether he
Whether
delivers
he
us,
delivers
or
us
he don't deliver,
for
we
good
know
to
the
deliver, we
bow
know
way.
the bow
This
way.
is
This
at the
is at the
core
core
of our character and our faith.
As
of
Christians,
our
yeah.
This is
character
at the
and our faith.
core of our character and our faith.
This is at the
So
core of our
this is
character
where
and our
our
faith.
Christianity
Our
either becomes
Christianity
shaky or
either
strong.
becomes shaky
It's
or
easy when things are
strong.
happening.
It's
It's
easy
easy
when
when
things
things
are
are going your
happening.
way
It's easy
to
when
say,
things
well,
are going
okay,
your
yeah,
way.
praise
To say,
God,
well, okay,
man.
yeah,
The
praise
Lord is
God,
good,
man.
is
The Lord is
faithful.
good, is
My feet
faithful.
are
My feet are
placed upon the solid place. La 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 la. Then when trouble hits, that's when you
on the
know
solid
what
place.
is at
La,
the
la, la, la.
core of
Then
your
when
faith.
trouble hits, that's when you know what is
So
at the
I
core.
cannot have a child. I'm 40.
I cannot have a child. I'm
Let
40.
me digress.
Let
My
me
last baby, I had that
digress.
my 40th
My
birthday.
last baby, I had
Okay.
at 2 weeks to my 40th birthday.
I don't want
I don't
picking
plan it.
finish.
I don't want
Stop.
to finish.
The
Stop.
boy was
The
7
boy
and a
was
half
7 and a
years
half
old,
years old,
almost
almost
8.
8.
Now see Bele. Only me now I begin shouting. What is this?
Only
I don't want a child. I
me
don't
now
need
we
another
shout.
child.
What is
We have
this?
6
I
already.
don't want a
This is number
child.
7.
I
Wow.
don't
That
need another child. We
God,
have
go
6
and
already.
give
This is
people
number
who
7.
don't have.
What is that?
You know what
God,
the
go
Lord
and
told
give
me?
people who don't have.
I'm
You know what
giving
God
you
told
this
me?
baby for a
I
sign.
am giving you this
Wow.
baby for
I
a
said,
sign.
what sign? He said,
I said,
most of
what
my
sign? He
daughters
said, most
give
of
up
my
once they
daughters
hit
give
40.
up once they hit
Okay.
40.
They start panicking.
They start
They
panicking.
start running
They start
helter-skelter.
running
They
helter
start
skelter. They
marrying
start marrying
anything in the name
anything
of husband. They
True.
start joining their
in the
lives
husband.
with
They start
people who
joining
would
their lives
not
with
lead
people
them
who will not
down
lead
the
them down
path
the
that
path
I've
that I've
called them
called
to.
them to. He
To
said,
have
I
this
want you
baby.
to have this
And
baby.
I want you to
And
tell
I
my
want you to
daughters that
tell
I'm
my
not just
daughter
the God of 40s, I'm the God of 50s, I'm the God of
I'm not just
60s.
the
True.
God of
And if she
40s,
dares
I'm the
believe
God
me,
of
I
50s,
am the
I'm
God
the
of
God of
70s.
60s.
I
And
am
if
the
you
God
dare
of all
believe me,
flesh.
I am the
Nothing
God of
is too
70.
hard.
I am the God of all flesh. Nothing is too hard for me.
So I took the baby. I said, okay, God, thank you. Now, I didn't understand until she was about
So took the
7
baby. I said,
months
okay,
old.
God, thank you.
I went
Now,
for
I
a
didn't
meeting in
understand until she
Kafanchan
was about 7 months old.
and in
I went for a meeting in Kafanchan.
Apostle Kure's
And
church.
in Apostle Kure's
And God
church
just, in the middle of the message,
ministry.
said, ask every woman
And
over
ask
40
every woman
who's
over 40
believing for a
who's
child to
believing
step
for a
forward
child to step forward
in that meeting.
in that
I
meeting.
did. About 30 women showed
I
up.
did. About 30 women showed up.
He said to me, let them touch the baby
He
and
said
go
to me,
back
let
to
them
their
touch the
seats.
baby and go back to their seats.
And I said, what, Lord? He said, let
And I
me
said,
just
what,
touch
Lord? He
you.
said, let
Somebody
them
said, me, we go see born.
just touch me.
Yeah, I
Somebody
can
said,
see
we go
MC
see
Shakara.
Amen. No, the things will come. MC Shakara, God bless you. So I told them, come and touch the baby and go back.
The biggest testimony from there was a 50-year-old woman. Never been pregnant
50-year-old
in all
woman,
her years of
not
being married.
pregnant in all her years of being married.
After that meeting,
After
3
that
weeks
meeting,
later,
3 weeks
she was
later,
pregnant.
Wow.
She had that boy.
Reverend Christie's son.
Oh dear.
Guess what?
And she calls him
just
Reverend
heard
Christie.
now. 10 years
Guess
later,
what? I just heard
just had another
10
baby.
years later.
Wow.
I just had another baby. At 60.
I don't even know the kind of faith
I don't even know the kind of
that
faith.
woman has, but she has. So, what am I saying here?
What she has.
Our faith should not be subject to.
Our
Sorry, you know what just happened?
Sorry, you know what just happened? Never describe for my place. No. If you look abroad, that's your problem. But so just be looking at the shadow of my face. Let's carry on. Now,
My point is this. If God doesn't do
My point
as
is this.
you have planned,
If God doesn't do as you have planned, it's the way you write the line where you draw. Say, make God follow
who are
like
you
you.
going to be
Who are you
when those things you consider are not
going
met?
to
Are you going to be his child,
be?
or you're going to
When
suspend him for a
are
few
you going to
hours,
be his child?
and then
Or you're
go
going
and
to
do
suspend
what
him
you
for
want
a
and
few
come
hours?
back because the mercy
And
of
then
God?
go and do what you come back because of the mercy.
Let me stop my rant and come back to
So
the issue
let
of
me stop my
if
rant.
Papa find out,
Come
say,
back to the issue
not
of
be children.
if Papa find out, say
I watched
not
the
being
program
children. Incidentally, I
one of
watched the
these
program 3
live
days ago.
shows where
One of
people
these
want to check
live shows where people who want to check
DNA, yeah.
my Papa,
Up
come online
Nepal.
and do the program. So having that program, this not be Nepal now, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So now if the young
He's a Nigerian boy lived in the UK.
is a Nigerian boy.
The devil is angry
UK.
today because it's just
Yes, the devil is angry. Just
Oh, wow.
the generator is angry. Okay.
I will not mind it.
I will not mind it. I will not mind
I
it.
will not mind it because
I will not mind it because
even for that, thank God the devices are
the
charged.
devices are charged.
Praise God. Okay, so
Praise God.
that says I'm
So,
32.
but that
I
is
live in the UK, but I grew
So,
up all
I
my
live
life in Nigeria with a
in
dad and a mom. And now I
all
am
my
in the
life
UK.
with the dad and the
My
mom.
dad came over
And now I am in
for
the
a
UK.
few, I don't know, a
My
shock
dad
a few
came
days
over,
ago.
I think, for a
And
few, I
his
don't know,
mom
a
said
few
the
days
shock
ago.
of that
And his mom said the shock of his
that
mom
man he
told
has
me to
called
tell
his
him
dad
that
for his 32 years is not
man
his
he has
dad.
called his
Wow.
32 years is
And
not
he
his
said
dad.
my whole world fell
And he said
apart.
my whole
I've not
world
been able to
fell
sleep.
apart. I've not been
I'm
able
having
I'm having
panic
what do you call
attacks.
them, panic attacks.
And because the father coincidentally was
And
in the
because the
UK
father
also,
coincidentally was
they
in the
brought him
UK
on the
also,
show.
they brought him the
While
show.
that boy was
While
talking,
that boy
before
was
the father
talking,
was
before the
backstage,
father,
the man was
the
just
man was
crying
just crying.
like a
Mm.
he was weeping
He was
like a
Wow.
oh God, oh God. And
like
you
a
could see him
oh
mouthing the
God,
word,
oh God. And you could see
Wow.
him mouthing the words. It's not my
he's
son.
not my
Oh
son.
God, please let it
Oh
be.
God, please let him be
It's
my
not
son.
my son.
So
Oh
they
God,
were
please let
talking
it be.
to the boy on stage, and the man
So
asked
they
him,
were talking
so
to the
now,
boy on stage,
if
and the
we
man
find
asked
out
him,
that
so
it's
now
not your father,
you
what's
find
going
out
to
that
happen?
it's not your
The
father.
young
What's
man
going
said,
The young man
nothing will
said,
change.
nothing will change.
That's my
Great.
dad.
That's my dad.
That is my dad.
That
Unless
is
he
my dad.
says,
Unless he
not be
says,
my dad.
Wow.
And then they bring the man on stage.
and he says,
And he says, he's my son.
he's my
Okay, Jeremy Kyle's son.
Sure, yeah.
okay, Jeremy
Somebody else watched, it was Jeremy Kyle's
Kyle's
son.
show.
And the man comes on stage.
Somebody else watched
They
it.
just told
Jeremy
us
Kyle's
their
show.
first name.
And the
But
man
when
comes
they
on
told
stage.
him he was not
They
the
just
father,
told us
I
their
now
first name.
realized
But when
that
they
the
told you
woman.
he was not the father,
How do I know?
realized that.
The man shouted,
How do
hey,
I know?
whoa! I said,
The man shouted,
you
"Yeah."
understand? No, I
I said,
don't
"I
mean
know."
because
Do you
I think
understand?
one thing
You know
is
the
going to shout. Now, let me just.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, so let me just use this opportunity to say thank you, Pastor Kingsley. I see you joined. Yes, I saw him earlier on, but I couldn't stop. My husband loves you. Let me just add that there. He loves Pastor Kingsley. He's always sending me. Have you heard this? Have you seen this video of Pastor Kingsley? You know, the funny thing, that's how I even got to know Pastor Mildred.
The man says bottom line when they
expose the fact that he said the same thing as the boy.
He said the same thing as the boy.
I have
This
raised
is my son.
Yeah.
He's my son.
And
I repeat, a parent is not just one who births from their natural birth canals or provision of the sperm. A parent is the one who picks up a child and calls the purpose of that child into being and stands there
until the child
there
becomes. That is a parent.
until the child becomes. That is
Okay.
I happen to know a lot of people,
I happen to know a lot of people,
well-placed people in this
well-placed
country,
people in this
who
country
openly adopted their children and they've raised incredible members of
and they've
society.
raised incredible members of society.
And it
Yeah.
doesn't
Balanced
matter
members of
that they
society.
are
And it
not
doesn't matter
biological
that they are not
Yeah.
biological.
Am I downplaying the pain?
the pain
I was just going to get to that. Yeah.
and the shock and the anger?
No, I've been betrayed.
No, I've been betrayed before.
I've been betrayed before.
I've been betrayed before and I thought I would die.
I'm not belittling that.
I'm not belittling
I'm
that.
not reducing
I'm not reducing that to
triviality. That's real.
triviality.
However, beyond that,
That's it. However, beyond that,
I know that nobody else has been called to lay their life down except
I know that nobody else
has
has been called to lay their life down
There's
except
no
Jesus
other
Christ
blood
and
that
died.
will count for
There's no
anything
other
or
blood that
atone
will
for
count
anything.
for anything or
But
atone for
we're
anything.
still called
But
into
we're
the
still
business of self-sacrifice and
called into the
self-denial.
business of
The
self-sacrifice and
spirit that is taking over the
the
world
spirit
right now
that
is
is
the spirit
taking
of
over the world
hedonism,
right now is the spirit of hedonism,
self-service,
self-service,
what is that word? Self-worship. All right, but our calling is still the calling of sacrifice.
right? It's still the
It's still the
calling
calling of laying down our
still
lives
the
for
calling of
another.
laying down our life for
So
another.
if it was me and I find out that okay, I need to manage. There's no way I can find out saying
Yeah, true.
it's always going to be the other way
It's
around.
always
Yeah.
going to be the other way around. It's the men that will always
This woman,
this woman,
I'm not the father. If I was a
I'm
man,
not the father.
and honestly, I
If
do
I
not
was
even
a man,
presume
honestly,
to say that I know how a man's mind
Works, yeah.
because I have never.
Simply because I have never been a
If I
man.
was a
But
man
if I
submitted,
was a man
man in
submitted,
creation,
submitted to the
submitted to the authority of God, and I find
that
the children
the
I have raised as mine over the years, like that woman I said who had
children
three
I have
daughters and
raised
they're not
mine
allowed.
over the years, like that
The
I said,
daughters
who
are
are
in their
three daughters.
late 20s, early
The
30s.
daughters are in their
This
late
man is in
20s,
his
early
70s,
30s.
and
This
she's
man
coming
is
to
in his
ask me,
70s,
should I
and
die?
she's
I
coming
said, madam,
to ask me, should I?
don't
I
tell
said,
her more. Go die.
no,
Unless you
you
want
go
to kill
die.
her. I didn't know what to tell her.
I didn't know what to tell her. I had to
Let
pray with
God
her and
lead
say,
you.
look, let God lead you.
God, it was a
God,
shock to me. I wasn't yet very conversant, or I hadn't heard too many women.
It was a shock to me. I wasn't yet very conversant.
More than 10 years ago.
Okay.
So, if I was that man,
if I was that man, the first thing I would do,
I will beat that
I will beat that.
I will make sure
I go
people
I
wait
go
there around
I go make sure say people don't get around they follow me back so that if I want to
may they collect the one from my hand.
pass
Man,
the
okay.
may they collect
What
the
I
money
beat
from
am.
my
Mm-hmm.
That is the flesh for me.
that is the flesh for me. I go
When I
beat
don't
am.
beat am finish,
When I don't
I
beat
go
am
sit down
finish,
pray.
I go sit down and
Then,
pray.
I'm
Then
telling you what I will do as a human being, not
telling
as
you
a
what I will
preacher
do as a human
or
being, not
as
as a
a
preacher
daughter of Jehovah.
or as
Yeah.
a daughter of
I
Jehovah.
will take
I
those
will
children
take
from
those
her
children from her
and I will
and I
walk
will
away from
walk away
her
from her
and I will be with my children.
and I will
She's
be with my
not going to be a part of our life.
children.
Wow.
She's not going to be a part
If
of
she
our
can
life.
deceive
He's
me
a
for all
liar.
these
If he
years,
can deceive me
then
for all
we are
these
not
years,
safe
then
around her.
we are not
What
safe
else are
around
you
her.
going to pull
What
out
else
of
are you going to pull
bag of
out of
tricks
your
in 10 years' time?
bag of tricks
Mm.
in 10 years' time?
Do you understand? That's what I would do as a
Do you understand? That's what I would do as a
human being.
human
The
being.
only thing that
The
could
only thing
stop
that
me
could
is
stop
if
me
she actually
is if
brings
she
the
actually
father
brings the
and
father
DNA
and DNA
proof say Naim be the father and the
who
man
say
begin fight for
Naim be
children.
father
For
and the man
children,
begin
yeah.
fight for children.
In
In
which
which
case, I will
case,
go to the court.
I will
And
go
the
to the
court
court
on
and
humanitarian.
on humanitarian. What is
I
that?
don't know until I
I don't know until lawyer they call them.
out
But
of human sympathy,
out of human sympathy, the court will not cut me off from the
Yes, I know.
I will insist and demand to remain a part of the as much as they want me to.
but I'm not going to let that pain
But I'm not
cut
going
me off from
to
children
let
who
that
have
pain
invested
cut
my
me off from
spirit,
children
my
who have
soul,
invested my
and my
spirit,
resources.
my soul,
No, I won't.
and my resources.
That's
No,
me.
I won't.
That's me. When my
That's me.
husband committed
That's me.
adultery,
When my
I
husband
got
committed
a girl
adultery
pregnant in
and
our
got a
church.
girl pregnant in our
And
church.
the girl she said,
Ah, the
"Why
girl
my
thinks
look
I
for
go
what?
back
Holy
to
Spirit
the
say no
Holy
problem."
Spirit said no.
I said,
I
"No." When I
When I
finished
finished
it,
the
that
thing,
she
I
not
said,
get,
okay,
I
I want
want
money
money
for this.
I
I
said,
said,
"Holy
Holy
God."
God,
He
he
said,
said,
collect the pikin and tell her.
collect the
Sorry.
pikin and tell her.
Yeah, but would it have been different
I died.
if you had found out 20 years down the line that there was a child here?
No, you have
Let me tell you.
words. Let me tell you. My life story. I'm not a talk.
When my first son was,
When my first son was,
he had turned
he had turned
18 in
18
May.
in May.
June, my husband called me from his office.
June,
And
my husband called me from his
the
office.
people that know my husband,
I was crying on
not be that kind of
the people
man.
that know, not that, not
A strong Benin man, strong mind.
a strong believer.
My husband was crying on the phone. I said, waiting
So,
strong reach.
my husband was crying on the phone. I said, reach.
What happened? He said, Christy,
What happened?
why is my life like this?
You said,
Shame you
Christy,
scandal
why
that
is my
you
life
already
like
deal
this?
with. I'm
Shame
not
you
I said,
scandal
I
that
don't
you
know
already
scandal.
I said, I don't know. What is
He
it?
said,
He said,
Christy, I just got a phone call from some young girl in America.
From some young
She
girl
says she's my
in
child.
America.
I said, it's a
And she
good
says she's my
Wow.
friend.
Have you
I
seen
said,
that meme of a monkey
have you seen that meme of a monkey
that?
that?
This
He said,
I said, you know what? And I know her mother. She was my girlfriend when I was a
He said,
student
Christie,
in England.
I know her
Oh,
mother. She
wow.
was my girlfriend when I was a
And
student
when I
in England.
left England and came back to
And
Nigeria,
when I left England and came back
I
to
got a
Nigeria,
call from her that she was pregnant, and I'm like, all the years that I
I
was
got a call
your
from her.
boyfriend,
She
you
was
know, get
pregnant. And
better
I'm
4
like,
years.
all the
And
years
when I
that I
don't
was
come back to
your
my
boyfriend, you know,
country,
get better 4 years. Now when I don't come back to my country,
Yeah.
now they tell me get better.
he
I beg
dismissed
no
it
one.
and never heard from
He
her
dismissed it
Again.
and never 19 years later,
Wow.
the girl calls me.
to my
Your
dad.
dad.
The woman
The
moved
woman
to
moved to America, had the baby in America.
and the girl was now in university, and she
Girl
began
was
to look
now
for her
in
dad.
Oh,
and she
wow.
began to look for her dad.
The
Mama
girl
was
was
not connected.
The girl
The
was
girl was
bearing
bearing
the
the
mother's
mother's maiden name in school,
but
but her passport had
my husband's name.
Oh,
husband's name.
And the girl go internet. This internet don't
And
work.
the girl go internet.
I know.
The girl go internet.
The girl go in
Papa
go
name.
put the
Boom.
papa name.
Everything about the father.
Everything about the father came up. All his company, all his business.
And
Clinical.
the girl call her, Oga, you're my
And the
daddy.
girl call her, Oga,
You're my
you're my
daddy.
daddy. You're my daddy.
My
My
husband called me
one
to
husband
cry.
called me to cry.
Jehovah
Jehovah
Jireh.
Jireh.
I said, God, you won't kill me. You won't kill me.
I said, God,
I don't obey
you
you,
won't
rich.
kill me.
Go call the
I
act.
know. Oh,
I don't
Why
obey
are
you,
you
rich.
pushing me like this? Why are you
Why are you
pressing me
pushing
like
me?
this? He said, Chris, it's the
Pressing me
only
like
way I
this.
can
It's
put
a
the oil out.
It's the only way I
Oh,
can
wow.
get oil out of you. Don't crush
No
you.
oil.
No oil will come out of you.
He said,
He said you can never pull olive oil out of an olive
Mhm.
and still have the olive as a whole.
True.
Oh.
You
Comes
cannot
out.
get groundnut oil.
What?
And
You cannot get
steep
groundnut
groundnut.
oil.
No.
And cannot go
groundnut
steep
will
in
turn to
groundnut.
kuli.
No, groundnut go turn to kuli kuli.
You understand?
True.
And he said to me,
Understand?
tell your husband it's okay.
And he
But
said
I
to me,
did die, but I opened my mouth. I
Wow.
said, look,
okay,
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 okay. It's
it's
okay.
okay. Where
This is the university.
where is the child?
Wherever.
University.
What is the next step?
Wherever,
I
wherever.
said, reach out to the child.
What
It's
is
not
the
the
next
child's
step?
fault.
I said, reach out to
It's
the child.
Exactly.
She didn't ask to be born. Now you
not
and
the
the mama.
picking fault.
Not be the
You and
picking
the
fault.
mama. So
And you and the
do
mama.
not lay the sin of the
So
fathers
do not lay the
upon the
sin of the
children,
father
especially
upon the
if
children.
they know nothing about
Especially
it. They had
if
no
they know
say in the
nothing
matter.
about
They
it.
had no
They had no
choice
say
in
in
the
the
matter.
matter. They had no choice
So
in the matter. So
he called the child and they talked. Before I blinked,
he called the child and they talked. Before I blink, hey, did you work on Friday? By the time my husband came back that evening, they have already fixed date on when she's coming to Nigeria. I wanted to kill him. I said, you didn't even come back home to see the effect of that kind of a news on your wife and your children. You have already forged a connection with the person that she should start coming to Nigeria. What is wrong with you? He was trying to make up for the 19 years in one hour of talking on the phone. And this is what always happens with the men. They lose their cool, lose every form of, I don't understand. I've that happen over and over. Okay, so I had a crisis on my hands. My first son said to me, Mommy,
I'm used to calling myself firstborn.
Oh,
I'm used to calling
yeah.
myself firstborn.
That has just
Who is
walked
this
in
stranger?
Nigeria.
That has
Because
just
he was older than everybody.
because he's
Body,
older than
yeah,
everybody.
true.
My son
My son
turned 18 in May.
turned
She turned
18
19 in
in May.
September.
She
So
turned
she was
18 in
older than
September. So she was
everybody.
older than everybody.
My first daughter said,
My
I am
first daughter
first
said,
lady
I am
in my
first
daddy's
lady in
life.
my daddy's life.
So somebody just
So
comes
somebody
and
just
knocks
comes
me off like that.
and knocks me
There was
off like
identity
that.
crisis right
There
there.
was identity
True.
crisis right there.
My second son was the
My
one that was
second
hit
son
the
was the one that was
hardest.
hit
His
the
third
hardest.
born.
He third
And he said,
born.
Mommy,
And he said, Mommy,
just this morning I was
just
first
this
born.
morning I
Oh,
By
was
this
born.
now
evening
I'm
now, I
four.
am fourth born.
By this evening now,
What
I
will
am
I be
fourth.
tomorrow now?
What
Somebody
will I
else
be
can just
tomorrow
someday
now?
tell me I'm
Somebody else can just show up. Then
Who
tell
am
me
I?
I'm 10.
And he
Who
locked
am I?
himself in
And he
his room.
locked himself
For
in his
3
room.
days he woke
For
up.
3 days he
I
woke
had
up.
to break
I
the
had
door down
to go
before
and
my
threaten
son
to
came
break
up.
the door
Now,
down
can you imagine?
before my son came. Now, can you
I
imagine?
was dying
What?
inside.
I was
Okay, that was
dying
the day I
inside.
understood
That was
when
the
a
day I
man dies
understood
and
when
some
a man
strange
dies and
children
some
just
strange
show up
children
saying,
just
"Give
show
me
up.
our papa."
In
And
their
the
papa,
man
in
went
their
to
papa.
go mad. Now I
And they had
understood
to go
what
mad.
that meant.
Now
The
I understood
wrong
what
pain
that
I
meant.
felt
The
was
wrong
worse
pain
than
I
the pain
felt
I
was
felt
worse than the
of the
pain I felt
adultery
of
and
the
the child that
adultery
was born.
and the child that was born.
I don't understand how
I
that
don't
is.
understand how that
But
is.
here are my children in
But
trouble.
here are my children in trouble.
Here are my children in trouble.
Here are my children in
Struggling.
trouble,
I had to
struggling.
carry
I
my
had to
pain,
carry my
wrap
pain,
it inside
wrap it
Congo,
inside Congo,
lock the Congo,
lock
put it on a
the
shelf,
Congo,
and help my children
put it
maintain
on a
their
shelf,
sanity
and help
first.
my children
True.
maintain their
Okay.
sanity first.
So I was running around my
So I
children.
was
No,
running
baby,
around
no,
my children.
son,
No,
no.
baby, no,
Come,
son, no.
sit down,
Come,
let's
sit
talk.
down, let's talk.
Okay,
Okay,
bam,
bam,
bam, bam, bam,
bam,
bam. When my children had stabilized, I went to the shelf
bam, bam.
and carried
When my
my
children
pain.
had stabilized, I went to
My
the
God, I
and carried my
cannot
my God,
verbalize
I
that
cannot,
pain.
cannot
It was
vocalize that.
horrible. Horrible.
It was
Then
horrible.
the girl now says she wants to meet
Then
her father, and
the
the
mother
mother
says she wants to meet her
I
father,
cannot
and the
send my
mother says, I
daughter
cannot send my daughter
Nigeria
to
alone.
Nigeria
And
alone.
mama carry
And
food.
the mother carries food.
There are many
There are many
dangers
dangers
there
there.
because my husband feel look go and say child.
My
And it means
husband
better
feel
thing though.
was a child. They need better to do. Make a clothes. Anything can
Yeah,
happen.
true.
Anything can happen. And the
And
girl
all she wanted was a relationship with her dad. She didn't want a relationship with the rest of the family.
She didn't want a relationship with the rest of the family.
I
Yeah.
lost something
All
in my
of
life.
us.
So
Mm.
I didn't know about this child.
I didn't know about this.
I didn't know until she was
I didn't
19. My husband didn't know either.
know until 19. My husband didn't
So
know.
we were all
Either.
shocked. But
But we were all shocked.
it's
But
not the child's fault.
it's not the child's fault.
At the end of the
girl
day.
is well adjusted or her head not correct, it's not her fault.
Whether
She
the girl
didn't
is
ask
well
to be
adjusted
born.
or I don't
Two
correct,
people made
it's
that
not her
decision.
fault. She didn't.
She shouldn't pay
Two
for it.
people made that decision. She couldn't
She
pay for
shouldn't
it.
pay for it. So I welcomed her
She
into
shouldn't
my
pay for it.
home.
So I welcomed her
Welcomed her into my family. She
into
became a
my
part of the
family.
family.
She
A
became a
place
part
was
of the
given to
family.
us first
Place
born.
was given to us
Wow.
first
So
born.
my husband
So my husband
want
want
to
to
say,
say,
who
who
want
go
to
do
do DNA?
DNA?
I
I
said,
said,
Oga.
if you want
If you
to
want spend money, give me the money. When
what
I don't do DNA for, the
you
girl
want to
is
DNA for?
one
The girl
of
is
all
the
our
one
children
of all
that
our
looks the
children
most
and look
like
the
him.
most
Oh,
like
wow.
him. How did they stand? How did they keep
The
hand?
forehead,
The forehead,
the lips,
the
the
lips,
moodiness,
the
behavior.
moodiness,
Nobody
behavior.
looks like my husband
Nobody
like that
looks
time.
like
That's
my
why I don't
husband like
waste
that.
this
I said, I don't
money.
waste
I am
this
thinking.
money. I am picking. Leave her. Leave her.
So that's how that
So
child
that's
came.
how that child
Now,
came.
when
Now,
I talk,
when
people
I
always think
talk,
that, oh, this woman is just
people
talking.
always think that, oh, this
Yeah.
is just talking. But the truth is that these are things I have,
and I know the possibility
or otherwise of being able to
or not able to.
or
In
not
my
able to.
flesh, I could never.
In my flesh, I
have
could
accepted
never
those two children.
have accepted those two children.
But being led by the Spirit,
But being led by the Spirit and
God
wanting
is
to
higher
honor
for
God
me
is
than
higher
my
for me
convenience
than my
and my ease.
convenience and my
So
ease.
if God says to me, die,
But God says to me, die, I will die.
if God says to me, sit here,
If God says to me,
I will
sit
sit.
here, I will sit.
If God says to me, release, I will release.
God says to me, release,
Has it been easy?
I
No.
will release.
Did I get there
Has
in
it
the
been
day? No.
easy? No.
But
Did I
from
get there in
day
the day?
one,
No. But from
my
day
drive
one,
was
my
the will
drive
of the
was
Master,
the
the
will
will
of
of
the
the
Father.
Father.
The
To
will
do
of the
the
Father.
will of the
To
Father.
do the
You
will of
follow him. Because this heaven, I don't go miss out.
to follow
At
him.
all.
Because this heaven, I'm not going to miss out.
I don't go
Make
miss
of
this
those
episode.
have
So
mercy on me.
anything
I'm
we
not going
want
to miss
enter
this episode.
with me,
When I enter with him, if my husband said,
my enter heaven.
I believe God,
My children know I
that
beg.
they go. My enter heaven.
My enter heaven.
Children know I beg. Just
Okay?
they go.
Yeah.
My enter
Somebody
heaven.
says, I just put
Okay?
myself in
Somebody
your
says,
first
I just put
list.
myself in
Yeah.
the first son.
My first son
Yeah.
was devastated.
My first son was devastated. He looked
Because
into
he
his
felt
lead
I'm no longer
because he felt I'm no longer
I'm no longer
the
the
leader.
head.
I'm no longer the
And
head.
having lived
And
as the
having
leader
lived as
and
the
as the
leader
head,
and as the head,
to now step out of that place was a
to
difficult
now
thing,
step
both here
out of
and
that place
physically.
was a difficult thing, both here
We
and
overcame it.
physically. But we
And we're all
overcame it.
okay.
We were all okay.
But my papa
But
no
my
be
papa no
kind.
be
Our daily care. But we go there, okay.
Yeah, definitely. But it's I must tell you, it's not something that's easy to imagine. Yeah, I follow this program, Paternity Court, and you will see all sorts. Honestly, sometimes I watch some and I'm screaming like, I don't get how people reason, how people can do things like this. But and a lot of people, like the story that's trending on social media in Nigeria, the Nigerian situation, the guy actually died when he found. Yeah, he didn't die immediately, but I think over time, the pain was just too much for him to bear, and then he died. So not everyone has the strength to deal with such issues. Personally, I can't imagine, but I've gotten to a place where in my Christianity, my walk with God, where I'm like, whatever comes from my husband, God will give me the grace to handle it, because you're the one that gave me this man in the first place. So you already know the complete package. I'm the one who doesn't know it yet. So as I continue in my marriage and my work with God, whatever drops, no matter how hard it hits, I know it can't be easy. Trust me. Because putting myself in some other people's shoes, the first thing I'm thinking is, you need to deal with this person, as a human being. But then when there's a God factor, so you let God, you go back to God and you say, okay, Lord, what are you saying?
Let me
Let me interrupt there. I don't think anybody
in the flesh,
born in the flesh
can deal with it.
can accommodate
Yeah.
those type of things. It has to be grace.
the girl that got pregnant,
The girl that got pregnant from her husband.
some of the things God asked me to do that time was
Some of the things God asked me to do that time was
like
crazy.
telling me to go take her to the hospital.
Telling me to go take her to the hospital
Because she had a medical condition that would easily take her life in pregnancy.
Wow.
And God said to me, if anything happens to her, they come and carry your husband.
And God said to me, if anything happens to her, they come and carry your husband.
True.
Now me
You
go
better
carry
take
the
care
girl
of
for my
Now
car.
you go carry the girl
Carry
for
go
my
meet
car.
my
Carry
gynecologist.
go
Say,
meet my
take care of this
gynecologist.
girl till she follow. May nothing do her. Because if something touch her now,
Because
they'll come
if
carry my
something touch her
husband.
now,
Only me
they'll
with
come carry my
4 children.
husband.
I
Only
want
me
to
with 4
see
children.
them.
I wanted
True.
I was not doing it
I
for
was not doing it for
altruistic
altruistic
reasons.
reasons.
I was
I
doing
was
it for
doing it for
self-preservation. So when I carried her in my car, we were driving.
So when I carried her in my car, we were driving to the hospital the first time.
I just want to. I said, shut
How
up.
can you talk?
Capital SHU. I don't want to hear any sound from your mouth.
Wow.
Don't mistake what I am doing for niceness. I am
Not
not
nice.
being
Yeah.
nice.
Don't mistake it.
Don't mistake it.
Looked at me and asked,
Own mother looked at me and asked me, what kind of woman are you? I said, my daughter. Because if not the kind of woman where I be, that's where they're picking belly. I
said, but right now, I am just responding.
I said, but right
To
now,
God,
I'm
yeah.
just responding to the Spirit of God.
So nobody can tell you that
So nobody can tell me that if this can't happen, I feel can. No.
The truth is,
But the
somebody
truth
said, share it.
is, if somebody said, share it and put
Yeah.
R inside now. Share it. Okay. So
nobody can say to you,
this can't come, I feel do one.
But
But
if we say we're Christians,
the Bible says they that are the sons of God are led by the Spirit of God. And the Spirit himself beareth witness with the Spirit that we're the sons of God. See, ma, the scriptures don't come alive in peaceful situations.
True.
Scriptures come alive in the crucible of pain and confrontation. Scripture,
so you decide, are you going to let the life in that scripture
you decide, are you going to let the life in the scripture be lived out in you, or the life will come up and you let it dissipate without effect?
It's your choice.
Yes, but the truth is, even if I accept that child, we need to round up in a bit, yeah. It will be difficult for me because even forgiving my husband is going to take a while. So you have the grace of God, yes, but you have to deal with.
Esse, I didn't forgive. Don't mistake me. I don't forgive in a day. I told God I don't forgive. God said, come one step at a time.
True.
Just stay.
My dear, how many months if his finger does me like this, even
Hey, don't touch me. Get out of the place. Don't beat me.
I begged for months. I struggled.
I know.
Forgiveness is not an event.
Listen, my darling. Forgiveness is not an event.
It's a process.
Forgiveness is not an event.
Don't let people put you in that box.
Don't let people put you in that box.
No, I remember for a long time.
We are not made that way in that sense. Only God forgives and forgets.
The way we are wired.
The way we are wired.
It is the point at which you remember.
It is the point at which you remember and it's no longer painful that you know that you are forgiven. But that is a process and nobody rushes it. Nobody puts a time on it. It's like grief.
Yeah.
You can't put a time on grief.
Forgiving is not overnight.
Forgiving is not overnight. It's possible. Two, all of us have the capacity
to absorb adversity and overcome.
If we lean on the Lord. It's when we try to lean on ourselves or we don't have God at all.
None of us was designed to do life alone.
Designed to do
was
life
left alone.
That man was left alone.
And
he turned to Jehovah and said to Jehovah, help me.
He tried to help himself and it was not enough.
Okay.
We will never be enough. Only God can make us.
We will never be enough.
That's what
Only God can make us.
Okay. Yeah, but you said that at the point where you forget is when you realize that you have forgiven.
No, at the point where you remember and you don't feel the pain.
Okay, you don't feel the pain.
Then you know that forgiveness is
complete.
Okay, so let me just touch on that. for me, it's nothing to do with my husband or even a relationship with a man. You know, it's a relationship with siblings, yeah, family members. Yeah, there are things that when I remember, depending on the situation, I'm able to laugh and say, "Oh wow, it wasn't funny back then. You know, it took a lot from me. I cried a lot and all of that." But there are some certain ones that when you remember, no matter how much you try to make light of the situation, you still feel a little pinch. Like, yes, I've forgiven this person, yeah, and I've let it go. I'm not even talking about it right now because I want to remember it. Maybe it just came up and it's just for somewhere at the back of your mind, you just remember that pain that you felt. Does that mean you haven't forgiven me? Because honestly, me, I have. I cut off because I don't want the negative energy around me, but I've completely forgiven.
Some people think that forgiving means to allow the person back into your space. Lie.
Forgiving is not for the
Lie.
other person, it's for you.
Yeah.
Forgiving is not for the other person, it's for you. And it doesn't mean that you open yourself again to be abused or used or hurt. Sometimes you forgive, but you keep the person at the person. Now, when you remember and there's pain, you need to bring that back to the Lord.
Okay.
That's the difference between us and unbelievers.
Okay.
Father, I think I don't forgive this to you. Let it go. But if I remember now, it pain me. If
Take
anything
it away.
remains,
Take it away. We are human, my
we
dear.
are human, my dear.
And you know what?
Pain
Pain
about things that happen. It's not the event anymore. It's memory.
True.
The event don't happen, it don't pass. It's
The
the
event don't happen. It don't pass. It's the memory. The power we give to
the
the memory.
rumination.
The rumination. Like that, what do you call that thing? That
Yeah.
hamster in the treadmill. In the treadmill. That hamster. We start to run over. We start to get opportunity. I don't get opportunity to stop on that time. No. Okay, that's happened again.
The truth is,
But
every time you remember, if there
the
is
thing
any
is,
trace
every
of
time
pain,
you
any
remember,
trace of
if there is
discomfort,
any trace
you
of
need to
pain
get
or
back
any
with the
trace of
Lord and say,
comfort,
Lord,
you need to get back with the
this
Lord. I
needs
say,
to
Lord,
stay here.
this
Take
needs
it.
to be here.
Yeah.
And I
Okay.
thank God for our
And I
God.
thank God
He
for our
never
God. He
gives up
never
on us.
gives
He's
up
the
on us.
one
He's
that
the one
is
that
working us both to will and to do of his good pleasure.
goes to be.
Oh, thank you so much, Reverend Christie. So on a final note now, it's a new year. Yeah. My word for the year, just to say my personal word, because towards the end of the year, I just said, God, I need a word for myself. I just don't want to go with, what's out there. Yeah, I love some of, the words that are out there right now. But for me, as I prayed about it, what came to me was fearless. Okay, so I went to the scriptures and I went to check on, okay, what scriptures talk about fearless and all of that. And Second Timothy 1:7, for God has not given us the spirit of fear, of timidity, but of power, of love, and of self-discipline. Yeah. And so I just coined it for myself, fierce and fearless. That's how I want to approach 2021. But please, ma'am, how can I do what's the best approach? What's the best way that I can face this year and the years beyond, fierce and fearlessly? Oh, okay.
Do it afraid.
Do it. Fearless. I don't care how
Mm-hmm.
fearless you are, some things will come, you go shake.
And
if at the back of your mind, fearless and fears means you don't go
doubting whether you
shake, then you suddenly find yourself
Or not,
doubting
yeah.
whether you believe the word for the year. So do it afraid.
there is no
There
hero
is no hero
that you will meet and ask,
oh, that time that you did this thing that they are calling you a hero for.
was it easy?
Was it easy?
I
You always tell you,
know.
my heart they beat like locomotive.
It's
But
either
either
I did
I
it
did
or
it
I
or I
died.
died.
True.
So
Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is the ability to face the thing and do the thing in spite of it. You spite it. The Bible says Jesus despised
The Bible
shame.
says Jesus despised
So
shame.
in spite of
So in
shame,
spite of shame,
Jesus hung on the cross. Is there anyone like he spited shame? He spited.
Yeah.
Okay, he spited shame.
I will do it even when my heart is beating fast. If I know that this is what God wants me to do.
If I know that this is what God wants me to do, this is
I'm
how He
gonna
wants
go
me
for
to
it.
do. I'm gonna go for it.
If I die, so
If I die, so
you have
be
to
it.
be like Esther.
You have to
If
be
I
like
perish,
Esther. If I perish, I
so
perish.
the
So the most important thing is to find out what is the instruction of
Okay.
God, and whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. So my heart may be beating 50 times faster than it's supposed to. I go. When I reach there, the Lord commands the door to
Open up, yeah.
Praise God. So do it afraid. That's the way to be fierce. You think of these
So
testimonies
do it afraid. That's the way to be
them
fierce.
because they are
You
already
think of
testimonies.
these testimonies I share. When I share
Yeah,
them,
that
because
was
they're already
easy for you to
testimonies,
overcome.
so easy.
Everything flesh is
Easy breezy. Nah,
rise up.
Mm.
And sometimes I give it to the
rise up.
flesh.
And sometimes I give it to the flesh.
I don't know what you make me.
I don't know what you make me.
One thing them you want and before she want. If you see
Talk one
how
thing,
I
then you want and
explode
before
like
she want. If you see
volcano,
how I
she
explode,
learned to keep the
okay.
distance when
She learned to keep the distance.
That get bold, get mind.
She get mine too.
She get mine too. She get mine.
Thank you, all of you that are sending me messages and blessing me.
Thank you, yeah. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. So,
blessing me and healing in my head.
okay, so Reverend Christie, please end the show with us, on a positive. I know you're going to sing to end the show. I love it when you sing. Just something I can dance to.
I have to think of a song to sing that will match this.
A happy song.
Hey, do you know any song you want me to sing?
A happy song.
My brain is blank now. Happy song.
Okay, you guys watching.
Why should I feel discouraged? And why should the shadows come? Why should my heart feel lonely and long for heaven, my home, when Jesus is my portion, my constant friend, my constant the sparrow, and I know that He watches me. That He watches me. His eyes on the sparrow. And I know that He watches over me. I sing because I'm happy. Lord, I sing because I am free. His eyes on the sparrow. And I know that He watches me. Whenever I get tempted. Whenever doubts arise, when my praise gives way to silence and complaining, and faith within me dies. I draw closer to my God. From my cares, He sets me free. My cares, He sets His eyes, His sparrow. And I know that He watches over me. That He watches over me. His eyes on His sparrow. And I know that He watches over me. Everybody sing. That He watches over me. Everybody sing. I sing. Know it in my body, I know it in my spirit, I know it in my soul. He watches. He watches.
couldn't join you when you said everybody sing because I always sing to the left when people are singing to the right. So I didn't want to mess it up.
Just make it happen now, so you can sing left. All frogs, butterflies, both are born again.
Abby?
Frogs, butterflies, both are again. All of us accept. I love you all.
Thank you, Reverend Christie, for joining us again on this. I say I can't wait to meet you live. I can't wait. Honestly, it'll be a glorious day.
One of these days.
Yeah, pretty soon. So thank you everyone for joining. Pastor Mildred, Faith Igalo, Jackie Comedy. I see you all. I see everyone on YouTube and Facebook as well. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Until next time on Gist with Esse, remember, stay positive, stay happy, stay mended. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, my friends, for joining me today.